Hello, I have an address book here that I'm going to deploy to mobile devices, and I'm going to show you how I use labels to organize and filter my contacts, but also to choose exactly which contacts are going to be sent to those devices. So the first thing is just how to add a label to a contact. I can either add an existing label just by clicking Edit Labels and choosing from the list, or I can add one on the fly. So let's type a label name in here. I can choose the color as well, and then just add label. If I want to find all the contacts tagged with a certain label, then I can choose that label here. And I can also add another label to this filter. And by default, I'll be looking at contacts that have either facilities or emergency contact, but I can change that here. And now contacts are only listed if they have both of those labels. So these are standard labels, but when someone is a member of a particular group or category, so this could be their role or a department or a site where they are located, then we can use a special group label. So I'm just going to clear my selection here. And so for a group label, instead of labels like North Campus and East Campus, for example, I'm going to use a prefix with a colon to add those contacts to a certain group. So for this contact, I can create the label site North Campus. And then for this contact, I'll create the label site East Campus. And that site prefix means they are part of the same group. So if I now take this contact and apply the East Campus label, the old label is replaced instead of adding a second one. So they can only be a member of one at a time. So I can multi-select contacts by shift-clicking adjacent ones, or Command or Control on a PC, clicking contacts that aren't next to each other, and then clicking this multi-select link at the top. And I now have my multi-selection on the right here, and I can apply a label in bulk. So I've now labeled the rest of this address book. These labels can be very useful when deploying contacts to devices. So I'm going to device connections here on the left. And I don't have to send the entire address book to every device. We can choose a specific set of labels and only sync those contacts. So let's set up an iOS device connection. And I'm deploying via MDM, so I'll assign that here. And then here for access level, I will choose selective read only. And now I'm going to choose my labels. And I can enter the number of devices I'm deploying to here, and only the contacts with these particular labels will arrive at those phones. So this is really useful for shared devices, frontline teams, departmental phones, or any situation where different groups or users need different contact lists. So let's pull up my iPhone on the left here so that we can see what this selective read-only deployment looks like on the device itself. And we can also see what this looks like on an Android device. We do support Android deployments, and the labels also show up here as lists. So that's it. Labels are not just a way to tidy your contacts. They can also help you filter and organize very quickly and send exactly the contacts that you want to specific devices.